Visionaries back here with another one, and today we are on the video with Tyler Doussan, co-founder of ChiFi. And today we're just going to answer some community questions that we've been having, and maybe just kind of give you guys a little more insight of what's going on behind the scenes, and get you guys up to date here, because we're actually going to start doing some other things too to keep you guys even more up to date. If you're not following us on Twitter, please give us a follow on Twitter, join our Discord, Telegram channels. If you're not following Nebula Matrix on Twitter, make sure you follow him. Cryptolicious, that's the other co-founder of ChiFi. Version, whenever you see him in the Discord, Telegram, all of our channels. He's also the other co-founder of ChiFi as well. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So ChiFi consists of 4 different DeFi sectors: NFT gaming, ecosystem, trading pad, play to earn tournaments, NFT farming and staking pools, and lottery and charity system. Can you tell us more about the NFT gaming ecosystem that we have going on?
Yeah, so the NFT gaming ecosystem consists of multiple different types of NFTs. So the one that everybody is probably familiar with in our community are the playable characters. So that's the different dogs, and you have Genesis and regular. So the Genesis, they're going to have better abilities in a sense, like percentage-wise starting off, and the regulars, they're going to have a little bit less. So how do all these NFTs work together? Well, there's going to be swag NFTs and talisman NFTs, to where you could hold those or wear those with your dog characters, which will enhance their abilities or give them extra skills in the play to earn tournaments or mini games. And there's also fusion NFTs. So fusion NFTs will allow you to combine NFTs of the same type. So imagine having level 1 of talismans, and then you want to combine those. So you need to get a fusion NFT, and then you'll basically burn those NFTs to where it reduces the supply of the remaining, and then you'll get a level 2. So that's the concept behind the NFT ecosystem, with the playable characters and the items that they hold and the items that can enhance them. Now, as far as the training pad goes and the play to earn tournaments, the training pad is where you're going to train your dogs. So they start off as a puppy, and they'll be like level 1, and then you'll grow them all the way up. And once they hit a certain level, they'll be able to be an adult. And that's whenever they'll be able to breed, and you'll be able to create offspring, and you can take adult dogs, whether it's a generation 1, 2, etc., into the play to earn tournaments. So now, how do you enter the play to earn tournaments? Because that's what a lot of people have been asking. So when the play to earn tournaments come out, and we have the games fully developed, because it's going to take a while, but anyway, you're going to have to pay with derivative tokens. Now, a derivative token in our ecosystem is essentially just a token within our ecosystem that you have to farm with the ChiFi token. So you get ChiFi tokens, and you go on our staking and farming platform. You'll lock them for X amount of time, and while you're locking them, you'll be farming for the play to earn tournament tokens. So that just creates an extra layer of economic stability. It makes it to where people have to essentially take ChiFi off of the market, lock it up, and obtain the other token. Now, it brings in multiple layers of economic scalability for the players in the ecosystem itself, because you'll have some people that want to primarily collect a lot of ChiFi tokens, whereas other people, they want to put all their resources into collecting NFTs. So for the people who have ChiFi tokens rather than a lot of NFTs, they're not going to be playing in the tournaments because they don't have NFTs. They're not collecting that. So they're farming for tournament tokens, and they would be able to sell those to other people who don't have them, who lack them, and have a lot of NFTs and want to constantly compete for ChiFi tokens and rare NFTs to possibly just sell in the marketplace or keep to beat other people in future play to earn tournaments. So that's a lot about the NFTs and the NFT training pad and the play to earn tournaments. Let's talk about the farming and staking. So I kind of went over the derivative token for the play to earn tournaments, but there's also going to be staking pools to where you can put ChiFi tokens in there with an NFT, and then at the end of it, you get a variable APR rate on the ChiFi, depending on how many people are staking within that liquidity pool, and like the total volume locked. So, and you'll also get a brand new NFT at the end of the period. So you'll get your NFT that you started with, that you locked with the ChiFi, and then you'll get a whole new NFT. So it's going to be a fun way for the community to start collecting all these different dogs to prepare themselves for the training pad and the play to earn tournaments. Because like I was saying earlier, these games, they're not out yet. We're developing them. So what are we doing in the meantime? Actually, hold on. Let me finish the lottery and the charity first. So the lottery and the charity ecosystem, y'all have probably seen lotteries on Pancake Swaps and Dexos, right? You've seen them, Doussan?
Oh yeah, yeah. They're actually becoming a little more common these days. But they're not really common. But I've definitely seen them quite a few different times.
Yeah, no, I mean they are getting more common. And it's a good thing because it gives communities a way to utilize their tokens and participate in a way to possibly earn big. So our lotteries are going to kind of mimic the other lotteries in the ecosystem, but have some specific spins. Like we might include NFTs within our lotteries and not just based off of the ChiFi tokens that are pooled for buying the tickets, right? Yeah. So we have the capability to do that because we're don't have their tokens. So we're going to have interesting lottery features, but primarily it'll be just like the other ones to where you pay for a ticket, a certain percentage of that you pay for the ticket is going to get burned. So it's going to reduce the supply naturally throughout these events, which that's fun. You know, it's always good whenever you have a natural deflationary mechanism, which we'll get into the primary natural deflationary mechanism when we go over the tokenomics. But yeah, so let's talk about the charity because we just talked about the lottery. So the way that we set up this whole ecosystem is we have individual wallets for each sector. So we have a wallet for the play to earn tournament pools that's going to be having 23% of the total supply at the token launch. We're going to send 23% of the total supply to that wallet. And then the farming and staking, it's going to be 13%. We're going to do 11% burn at the launch. So what does that exactly mean though, in the sense whenever you involve our tokenomics? So we have a 10% reflection on buys and a 12% reflection on sells. Now, 5% of that on the buys go to the holders, and then 7% goes to that on sells. Now, where's the other 5% go? Like whenever there's buys and sells? Well, that goes into the sector wallets. We set it up to where there's extra bonuses. So 1% is going to go into that play to earn tournament wallet. 1% is going to go into the farming and staking wallet. 1% is going to go into the charity wallet, and then 0.75% is going to get burnt, and 1.25% is going to go to the marketing, dev, and team wallet. So one interesting thing I want to point out though, we were looking out for the community whenever we were designing the token contract, and that's why it took us a while, because we were trying to figure out how to make it as affordable as possible for everybody who's transacting and whatnot. So what do I mean by that? That's a lot of different reflection protocols that I just mentioned. Actually, 6 to be exact. 6 different routes in which that reflection has to go. So that's more clauses that are written within the contract. And the more clauses that you have, the more gas it's going to cost. So in layman's terms, what we decided to do was we only made it 2 clauses, 2 transactions. We made it to where there's a reflection to the holders. So, you know, on the buys, it's 5% to the holders. All of it gets equally distributed depending on how many tokens you hold. And then on the sells, the 7% equally gets distributed. But then that second transaction, what is that? We just pulled it all together. The 5% is going to a distribution address. And you can see that distribution address in the token contract. It's all on the Finance Smart Scan, GitHub, and all that. And yeah, so what's going to happen is we're going to let that pool up. And then at the end of the month or the week, depending on the frequency in which we start having a lot of market volume coming in, because that's what this is all dependent on, market volume, we'll essentially have one smart contract that equally distributes that distribution address fund to those sector wallets as the protocol states with the percentages, you know, the 1%, 1, 1.25, 0.75. Yeah. So, and that's really awesome because, I mean, instead of you having to pay like a couple dollars for doing a buy and a sell, it's going to be much less. It's going to be less than $1, probably around 58 cents range, maybe 38 cents range to do a transaction like other, like the majority of your other BEP20 tokens that don't have reflection protocols in a sense, because anybody who's been involved with reflection tokens and projects, they know that there's a big gas fee compared to the other ones. And if you didn't know why, that's why, because of all those different transactions. But we thought ahead and we figured out how to reduce that to where nobody's going to have to pay those outlandish fees. So just kind of wanted to throw that out there. Our team's always thinking on our feet on ways how we can look out for the community and induce, utility for the project.
Oh yeah, always. Like that's our main. We pride ourselves on the community. That's one of our biggest things. Discord is actually doing really good right now. We've had a lot of new members coming in over the past couple of weeks, which is really nice to see. The meme contest really kicked things off really nice, and it got really competitive. To where there was a few people in there. They just go in there. You'll see.
Yeah, some people were arguing over it. Hey, it's all good. It's all friendly competitions. That's what I like to see. I like to see everybody giving it their all, and we're totally gonna have more events like this coming up. We actually have a Discord invite coming up and another meme contest, so keep your eyes out. And we still have our Gleam contest going on until the end of the month. So a lot of exciting things.
Oh yeah, and the Gleam event, we're giving away over $10,000 worth of prizes.
Oh yeah.
That's huge, guys.
The value of those prizes, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're not involved in that at all right now, go sign up. Go get your entries in. Why will you have nothing to lose? So why not, right?
Yeah, it's free.
It's
every entry that you do, it helps spread awareness for the community, because these Gleam events, it's like Twitter task, Reddit task, Facebook task. So you're sharing things, letting your followers see it. Other people who possibly don't even follow you, because that's how just these algorithms work with social media. You'll sometimes put up a message from somebody that you don't even know, just to try to draw your attention because it's related to your interests.
Absolutely. But yeah, we even got people in the Discord right now. They're practicing right now for the next meme contest. They're just firing off memes already. Like, they're still going strong. So
yeah, some people are holding some in return for the next one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's really exciting to see that. And what's even more exciting is ChiFi is building a fantastic ecosystem. Many projects start on a play to earn project in their own ecosystem, but it's not built for longevity, sustainability, and aimed corely at community and things like that. And that's where ChiFi really shines, especially where the tokenomics are concerned too, because let's face it, guys, the tokenomics took a while. They were very seriously thought through. So that's one of our biggest focuses. So I know we have a custom mini game being made right now. You want to elaborate more on that?
Yeah, that's a good idea. So let's give some insight on what we've been doing behind the scenes. I'm not going to give too much though, because I don't want anybody out there to be stealing our ideas. But there's two portions to this mini game. There's a campaign and there's an arcade. The campaign is going to enable people to go through missions, and then they'll eventually get to a boss. And there's going to be tiers throughout that campaign. So that's going to be kind of like the flow. And you'll be able to obtain NFTs in the campaign. Now, these NFTs will be usable in the future training pads and play to earn tournaments to enhance your dogs and give them skills. So it's very exciting that we're having a mini game that also corresponds with our flagship game. And the other portion of the mini game is going to be an arcade style. So imagine taking the campaign, but then running it continuously in a sense until you lose. And you'll just keep gaining up scores, and there's going to be a scoreboard at the end of the month, and essentially there's going to be a certain criteria that people are going to have to meet, but they'll all share the ChiFi jackpot. So people are actually going to be able to earn not only NFTs but ChiFi at no cost to them. They just play, and that's all going to be coming from the initial tokenomics, so the play to earn wallets and whatnot. So as soon as we have it to where the token is launched, and we do the token launch on PancakeSwap, and there's buying and selling going on, all those tokens that we're going to strategically set aside into that pool to start rewarding people, it's going to be like they were never rewarded, because they're going to get replenished. And that's the beautiful thing about these tokenomics. And as the market cap increases and as market volume constantly comes in, because we're getting bigger community, because they see what we're going to be doing, they're going to be loving what we're doing, that's whenever we can increase the rewards per month for those mini games, because the wallet will be higher because there's more volume coming through. And same thing whenever the play to earn tournaments come through, whenever we start having huge jackpots, like thousands of dollars up for grab for people who end up taking first place. That's going to bring in the crowds. That's going to cause people to want to buy ChiFi, to where they get staked the play to earn tournament token. Yep. Then they're buying more market volume coming in, refilling all the wallets, prize pools getting bigger, attracting newer audiences, buying, repeat. So that's what's going through my head. That's why I designed the tokenomics like this, because I can just see it for what it's worth. And as soon as all this gets underway, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. And let me give a little insight about who's building the game. So I'm not going to say their name right now. We're going to announce it through an official Medium article, and they're actually going to be in an interview upcoming. We're going to do like a team interview with everybody on here. We're going to show everybody our faces, just say hey to everybody, give a little bit of information about our backgrounds, just skills, what we do for the team, stuff that y'all don't know. But getting back to the game designer, we're onboarding a game designer, and he's been in the industry for a very, very long time. He's worked on multiple different blockchain games, as a matter of speaking. And he actually owns a gaming studio. So really, really interesting stuff here. And I'm excited. Doussan, I'm gonna let you say something.
And yeah, no, you're good. And actually, guys, he's actually made console games as well. So yeah, things are about to get really exciting. Things are about to get very exciting. And, so obviously we are expanding the team as well. So we're growing every day. We're doing great. I mean, we're doing really great, especially for as long as we've been out. And also, guys, something else I did want to address. The private sale has ended. But this is what I'm going to let Tyler kind of take it over from here, and what we can expect for the months to come, because we wanted to give the community first shot at buying the private sale, but we're actually going to allow some VCs to come in and also partake before we, you know what, my bad. I'm overtaking your part. Go for it, man.
It's cool, dude. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so what we decided to do is we first gave the community a chance to get all the packages that they wanted to. And now that time's over, we had a lot of venture capitalists that actually were interested in buying units of ChiFi, just the tokens, no NFTs, no nothing. That's what venture capitalists like to do. They like to get a large portion, they lock it up for a lock-in period, and they can't touch it, yada, yada, yada. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the remaining packages that didn't sell, and 75% of them, and we're going to detach the tokens from the NFTs, and we're going to provide those in units. And all of this information is going to be in a Medium article coming up, and it's going to define how many tokens are within a unit. And those units that they obtain, they're going to be able to lock it up within a staking pool. And that staking pool is going to be giving them variable rewards. Now, those rewards that they receive, they'll be able to do whatever they please with. But their principal, they have to keep that stake for the amount of time that's going to be specified in the Medium article. And it's coming soon, guys, so just be patient with us. But it's very exciting because it opens up multiple other doors. And we also have some big things happening with another project that's in high relations with ChiFi, and I don't want to get into too much details with it, but it's a big network and it's going to provide utility for ChiFi as well. It's not just going to be one of those partnerships to where it's like, hey, we're partnering just to get our name out there some more. No, it's going to involve the ChiFi token being bought and utilized with this other project on a large scale. So some really exciting stuff. I wish I could say more, but I can't. There's going to be more information on that coming out probably in about 4, maybe 6 weeks. Just be patient, but know this: everybody who's participating in ChiFi is automatically going to be whitelisted to the next project. So
absolutely. And something I also want to mention too, if you guys are really truly interested, for our hardcore followers, pay attention to what we post on Twitter and social media. You might get a little hint here or there. You never know. So, but now a lot of people are kind of wondering, how are we going to be able to guarantee our IGO price?
Yeah, but one last thing about the private sale before I get into the IGO.
Yeah, no worries.
So I only mentioned the 75% that we were detaching the tokens from. So the other 25% of the package that didn't sell, we're going to still allow the community to have a shot at that throughout the remainder of the VC round. And then whatever's left over will roll over into the pre-sale. And when we do the pre-sale, that's whenever the mass marketing is going to hit with the project I was referring to earlier. So it's going to be a really big launch. And so now getting to that question, how are we going to ensure the price of the IGO? Well, in my mind, there's no problem whatsoever, because with all the networks connected right now, we're going to have no issues with providing the backing so that the ChiFi token will be 30% higher than what it was during the private sale, to where everybody will get their 30% discount as promised.
Yep.
So with that being said, let's say that for some reason we don't end up getting enough funding. Well, we have backup plans, and let me tell you what that would be. So we would see how much funding we would have, and we would do a strategic approach, and we'd say, okay, well, we'll take this much of the supply instead of taking 15% of the total supply, and put it up with this much backing to where it matches 30% higher like we promised. So what would happen is there would be less liquidity on the market than originally planned. We wouldn't be putting up a total of the 15% of the supply because we wouldn't have enough liquidity to back it at what we promised. So we would start off at whatever we would need to and then increase it as needed. But guys, don't worry about it. It's going to be 100% fine. Wait till you see these actions.
Oh yeah. We got big things in the works, guys. Big things in the works. Like Tyler said, I really wish we could talk about it more, but like he said, about 4 to 6 weeks from now, we'll be able to bust this thing wide open. And trust me, we've been wanting to say stuff for months. So
we've actually been working on this for over a year. The other network project that I'm relating or talking to, both ChiFi and this other project, we've been working with for over a year now. So we've been putting a lot of time into it, and everything's coming full circle. And essentially, both of them are going to be having their big launch at the same time. And we're going to utilize all networks at the same time to have a strong launch. And it's going to be best because the market sentiment's going to be picking up really, really big about a month and a half, 2 months from now. So
yeah, absolutely. This is it's going to be epic. That's for sure. And for everybody that follows me as well, you know how our networks are, and you know who we're connected with. Not fully, but some of the way. So you can kind of put some pieces of the puzzle together, so to speak, and just do your own research. And also, do we have any plans for a centralized exchange listing?
Yes, we will be doing centralized exchange listings, and let me put some people's conscience at ease if they had any worriment about Reflection token getting listed on a centralized exchange. So there's some tokens that get denied by centralized exchanges because within their reflection protocols, it states that a certain percentage goes back to the liquidity pool on PancakeSwap. Well, yeah, of course, the centralized exchange wouldn't want to list you on there if you're having a percentage of whatever's bought go to another pool on an exchange. It's arbitration in a sense in that matter, right? So we don't have nothing like that. Nothing whatsoever. So we're fine, and we wouldn't have any problems whenever we would approach a centralized exchange. And we have many contacts with tier 1 exchanges, and it's just a matter of paying the fee, and that's not going to be an issue. because like I was saying earlier, the venture capitalists, the rounds, and what's going on with the other project, they're actually interested into getting into this one because they really like what we're building. So that's how this stuff works. You make connections with other projects that like what you're doing in one, and then they like you as a person and see what you're building, and they want to get into the other stuff. So this is all coming full circle, and I'm just really excited because we spent a lot of time on this, and it's gonna be awesome, guys.
It's gonna be very awesome. Yeah, I'm super pumped, super excited about all this stuff. And guys, like I said, can't say it enough. Give a Nebula Matrix a follow on Twitter. Give me a follow on Twitter. My handle is Future Golden. Give Cryptolicious, which is Persian, give him a follow. And give our head of community growth, Nick, give him a follow. Paul's in the tracks on Twitter as well. And actually, you know what? I will put all those handles in the description of this video. So that way you guys can go ahead and give us a follow. I'll put our Discord link and our Telegram channel link on there as well. So is there anything else that you want to say to the community, Tyler?
I did want to say one more thing about the play to earn ecosystem, something pretty cool that I incorporated that I haven't really seen any other play to earn project do yet. So it's a reflection protocol back to the holders that aren't playing the game. So let's take a scenario from one of the play to earn tournaments, for one of the speed play to earn tournaments where your the speed of your dog is tested. There's going to be like one mini game within that event to where you're going to be running in, let's say, a wood-like area, and you got to jump over obstacles or dodge obstacles and all that stuff. Well, if you do the wrong command or you hit something, then your dog is going to drop tokens in a sense. Now, those tokens, they don't go into the jackpot of the winner. Those tokens are going to go to the people who aren't playing based upon reflection protocols. Like, just like as if it's a buy and a sell, like reflection to holders. So it's actually, even the person who's playing is going to get a portion of that because they're a holder. So, you know, the blockchain doesn't discriminate.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just a protocol to where basically if you lose some tokens whenever you're playing, it equally goes to everyone who's not playing, but even, I guess, the people who are playing. But you know what I'm trying to say? It's a cool little thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, you know, and that's the thing too. So with the tokenomics, everybody wins, regardless whether you're playing the game or not playing the game. You're gonna earn. So that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
And another thing that I wanted to mention, I forgot to mention earlier with the charity, we're also going to have like a DAO infrastructure. Yep. And we're mainly going to leverage the DAO affiliated with the project that I was mentioning earlier. And it's going to be able to allow you to connect to that platform with your wallet. You're going to be able to say, okay, I have these many votes because it scans and sees how many tokens you have on your address. And then when it comes to the charity rounds, after enough utility has been built through the reflection protocols, the reflection going to the charity wallet, then we'll propose a certain amount of charity organizations like animal shelters and whatnot that are true, proven, vetted, because we're going to make sure there's a certain process. We're not going to be letting funds get donated to some fake shelters. So and then once we have all that, we'll put it on that platform and people will be able to vote on those. So that's one last thing I kind of wanted to say about the whole ecosystem, because that DAO will be utilized not only for charity, but for deciding even changing factors in the ecosystem as we want to evolve. Because just because it's team based and there's founders and a core team, it doesn't mean that we want to just fully go with our vision. We want to take consideration of what the community wants, because that's what we're building the game for. So just wanted to make sure everybody knew that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Once again, guys, that's what we're doing here, community based. So let us know what you think down in the comment section below. Also, reach out to us on Twitter, Discord, Telegram. And if you are interested in a private sale package, remember they are limited. So just get into Telegram, and Bergen will actually direct you to where you need to go, because you're going to have to fill out a SAFT agreement via email. and take care of business just like that. And he'll get you going in the right direction. And yeah, I guess that's really all for today. Anything else?
Not that I can think of or say at this moment. We've got a lot of exciting things going on, but we've got to all say it at a certain pace. NDAs, MOUs, legal obligations.
Absolutely.
Wish I could just spill the beans, guys, but
yeah, I know it's soon though. Soon, very soon. It's gonna happen sooner than we can think. So, all right, guys. With that being said, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you found any value in this video at all, please give a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.